Okay, good morning everyone. Good morning students. Welcome to our online class in Saras's Witted Ratchapruk School. So before that, let me just introduce myself. I am teacher Charan and I will be your teacher in social studies. I hope you're doing great there and I want you to listen and focus till the end of our topic, okay? So let's start. So for today's topic, we are going to talk about the introduction to history. So before we will define the word history, let's just have a quick review. I prepared 5 questions for you to answer. I just want to test your knowledge, your neurons about history in social studies, okay? So first, I will read the question and I will give you 10 seconds to answer me, okay? First one, which is the largest country in the world? What is the largest country in the world? You have 10 seconds to answer me. Okay, you got it? So the answer here, it starts with letter, okay, R. The answer here is Russia. Very good. Okay, second question. Which country has the largest population in the world? Which country has the largest population in the world? When we say population, this is the number of people who are living in that particular area. Okay, so which one has the largest population? Okay, you have 10 seconds to answer. Okay, you got it? The answer here, it starts with letter C. Very good. And that is China. Very good. Third one, we have, what is the capital of Thailand? It's very simple. You have 5 seconds to answer me. Okay, the answer here is, start with letter B. It's Bangkok. Very good. Fourth one. Okay, as you can see here, can you tell me the name of this flag? What is the name of this flag here? So you have 10 seconds. Okay, it's USA. Very good. And USA stands for United States of America. Very good. Okay, fifth one and last question. What is the smallest continent in the world? Again, what is the smallest continent in the world? As we recall, there are 7 continents in the world, right? So can you tell me the name of that smallest continent among the 7 continents? You have 10 seconds. Okay, you got it? The answer here is, starts with letter A. Very good. It's Australia. Okay, so before we will proceed to our topic, let's recall those 7 continents in the world. So we have from the biggest to smallest. Okay, let's start with Asia. Second, we have Africa. Third, we have North America. Fourth, we have South America. Very good. Fifth, we have Antarctica. Sixth, we have Europe. And last one, this one, Australia. Okay, so you have to remember that one, the basic one. 7 continents in the world. Okay, so let's proceed. Okay, so we have our objectives here. These are the things that you will learn in this topic. So at the end of the topic, you will be able to First, to understand the history of time. Second, you will be able to identify the Gregorian calendar and the Buddhist calendar. When we say identify, you will know more the difference between the Gregorian calendar and the Buddhist calendar. Third, you will be able to understand the historical method. And fourth, you will be able to understand, to identify and understand, yes, the vocabulary words or the important words, okay, in this topic. So let's proceed. So yes, what is history? So we will be talking about the introduction to history. So let's define first the history. So when you say history, it is a story or tale of what has happened or may have happened in the past. In short or broadest simple definition of this, when you say history, history is the study of past events. Like for example, history is someone telling a story about their past experiences, right?
Okay.
Another example of this is the history is what is taught in US history class. Okay, so like people, you might ask, how would people know what happened in the past, right? So basically, people know what happened in the past by looking through resources. Like for example, books, letters, old books, old letters, artifacts. Like for example, animal or human remains, bones, stones, or anything else. So that is history. Okay, you have to remember, history is the study of the past events. Okay, so let's proceed. Okay, so let's talk about time. Okay, so what is time? Okay, before that, when we say time, it is a duration. Okay, it's a duration in which all things happen. Okay, or a exact instant that something happens. That is time. So I will show you this picture. So actually, this device, they call this one an hourglass. Okay, this device is the first hourglass that was invented by Greeks. Okay, and this hourglass was used for measuring time. The first hourglass, the first time that they used for measuring time, first device. Okay, and this one is the product of Gondinger. Okay, so as you can see here, inside that it contains it has sand. Okay, so more history of time. Time is one of the most amazing things on planet Earth, and despite the fact that we cannot see or touch it, we are controlled by time. So looking around us, we see things follow time in people's lives and in nature. So we see things, referring back to the past, you cannot be done without time. So that's why studying history deals with great amount with time. Okay, so time is, for me, time is important. I think one of the most precious resource, because you can't get it back. Okay, so people think money, right? Money is the most important, valuable resource, but it's not. Yeah, it's important too, because it allows you to buy the things that you need and wants, or needs and wants, in order for us to survive. But you can get money back, but the time you cannot get back. You can't get back the time. So I think time is one of the precious resource, so it's important. So yes, let's proceed. So long ago, devices were invented to measure time. So these are some of the devices that they invented before. As you can see here, they have hourglass, candle clock, or there's more here that I'm not familiar. But among these devices, calendar systems are practical and well accepted. So when you say practical and well accepted, so calendar system is the idea of this calendar is more effective, actual, rather than these devices, this hourglass or this candle clock. So what are these two types of calendars? What are these calendar systems? So we have two types of calendar systems. The first one is the Gregorian calendar and the Buddhist calendar. So let's talk about these two calendars. So before that, what is calendar? Okay, what is calendar? When we say calendar, this is a series. Okay, let's say it's series of pages showing the days, weeks, months, or particular year, or giving particular seasonal information. So that is calendar, a series of pages. It contains days, weeks, and months. Okay, so let's talk first about Gregorian calendar. So what is Gregorian calendar? So Gregorian calendar, this calendar relates to, or when we say relates, it's originated or came from Christianity. And this calendar system started after Christ's birth. But the period before that, it can be measured too. They called it before Christ, or let's say BC. This word BC, they call this one abbreviation. Okay, the abbreviation of before Christ is BC. That is example of abbreviation. So this picture, these are the symbol of Christianity, the cross, and this is the churches where the Christianity worship. So this Gregorian calendar was introduced first by Pope Gregory XIII in 1582 AD. And AD, the abbreviation stands for Anno Domini, meaning the year of our Lord. Okay, so this is the picture of Pope Gregory XIII, the first Pope who introduced this Gregorian calendar. Okay, so you have to remember that also. So yes, let's proceed to Buddhist calendar. So Buddhist calendar, so this calendar was originated or relates from Buddhism. So they have the difference between the two calendar. They have different religion. In Gregorian calendar, their religion is Christians. Okay, Christianity. In Buddhist calendar, they have Buddhism. So they differ. That's the difference between the two. So the first year was the year after Lord Buddha's death. What was the first year there in Gregorian calendar? It was after Christ's birth, right? While here in Buddhist calendar, the first year was after Lord Buddha's death. Okay, so this was 543 years before the Gregorian calendar started. Okay, so it was the difference, the different years from the Gregorian calendar to Buddhist calendars was 543 years. So this Buddhist calendar mainly used in Thailand. Okay, yes, because Thailand has the most populace when it comes to Buddhism. So the abbreviation that they used before is BE, and BE stands for Buddhist era. So it is used after the year to mark the difference. Okay, so that is the abbreviation that they use. Yeah, sorry, let's go back. So that is the difference between the Buddhist calendar and the Gregorian calendar. Okay, so you have to remember that too. So let's proceed here. So you have to remember this one. This is the units of time. When you say units of time, any particular time or interval used as a standard way of measuring duration or time. So, like for example, 10 years in a decade, 10 decades of 100 years in a century, and 10 centuries or 1,000 years in a millennium. So all you have to remember when I asked you in a decade, we have is equivalent to 10 years. Century is equivalent to 100 years. And millennium is equivalent to 1,000 years. That's it. Simple as that. Okay? So let's proceed. So, okay, you have to remember this one, centuries. Because it's quite confusing when it comes to centuries. Like, for example, 1400s are known as 15th century. Okay, 1400s before are known as 15th century. Now in the year of 2020 or 2021, it's known as 21st century. So yeah, if someone asked you what century we are right now, we are in 21st century. Okay, so next. Okay, so we have here the Gregorian calendar chart or graph. So as you can see, we have the years. So anytime before 0 is known here. So in this year 0, before here, is known as BC. As you can see, we have 200 BC, 100 BC. And this BC, or before Christ, this is a period before Christ died. So anytime after 0, after this one, like 1000 AD, 100, 2000, known as Anno Domini, this is the year of our Lord, which is in this period, this is the period of after Christ's birth. Okay? So next, let's have the chart of Buddhist calendar. So here in Buddhist calendar, we know that Buddhist calendar started after the Lord Buddha's death, right? And the difference between these two is 543 years. So yeah, here it started 543 BC, or no, it's not BC, BE, before era. So this chart or calendar system is used in Cambodia, Laos, Myanmar, Singapore, and Thailand. So in Thailand, it is 543 years ahead of the Gregorian calendar. Okay, as you can see here, we have the year 2011 AD, which is the Gregorian calendar, right? In this year 2011, and in 2011, in the year there in Buddhist calendar, we have 2554 BE, or Buddhist era. So if we will continue this one, like here, we will continue this one in 2011. In Buddhist calendar, the year is 2554 BE. When we will proceed, we will continue the year in 2012. What year it will be there in Buddhist calendar? The year will be, yes, it will continue like 2011, 2012. It will continue in 2555 BE. Okay? Okay, so we have here our vocabulary words. So these are the words, important words that you have to remember for you to understand more our topic. Okay? So these are some of the vocabulary words. First, we have phenomena. Okay, so I want you to repeat after me, phenomena. So when we say phenomena, it is something real that is amazing. So another word for that, like for example of phenomena, like storm, thunderstorm, or let's say natural phenomena like tornadoes, gravity, tidal flow. So those are example of phenomena. Okay, when you say phenomena, it's observed to happen or to exist. Second, we have measure. So when we say measure, to find the amount or size of something. Third, we have abbreviation. So when we say abbreviation, a shortened version of words. Like what I've said, BE. BE stands for Buddhist era. AD stands for Anno Domini. So that AD and BE are examples of abbreviation. Okay? Next, we have evidence. When we say evidence, things that prove facts or proof. Next, we have conclude, to summarize. Next, we have theory. Again, theory. When we say theory, it is a set of ideas, like opinions that is not proven yet. Next, we have reliable. Okay, when we say reliable, it is trustworthy or predictable. Like for example, that person is reliable, a reliable person. He has this good quality, you can trust him. So next, we have control. When we say control, to manage something or someone. Next, we have decade. Decade is equivalent to 10 years. Century, 100 years. And millennium, again, millennium is equivalent to 1,000 years. Okay, so these are important words that you have to remember. So let's proceed. Okay, so before we will end our topic, we will just have a short exercise. So we have two categories here, Buddhist calendar and Gregorian calendar. So I will read the sentence and you will tell me the answer. Okay, so in Buddhist calendar relates to, or when we say relates, originated or came from what religion? Religion? Okay, Buddhism. Okay, so how about the Gregorian calendar? It relates to, as you remember, as we recall, it is Christianity. Very good. So let's proceed. The first year started. When was the first year started in Buddhist calendar? It was after Lord Buddha's death. Very, very good. How about in Gregorian calendar? The first year started was after Christ's birth. Okay, next, let's proceed to abbreviation. So what was the abbreviation used after the year in Buddhist calendar? So after the year, it was BE. Very good. BE stands for Buddhist era. How about in Gregorian calendar? What abbreviation that they use? Okay, it is, oh sorry. Okay, it is, oh I'm so sorry. So it is AD. Okay, AD stands for Anno Domini. Okay, how about the time gap between these two calendar system? So when we say time gap, the year, how many year difference between the Buddhist calendar and Gregorian calendar? So the year difference was 543 years. So the Buddhist calendar is 543 years ahead of Gregorian calendar. So we are going to end our discussion here, and if you have any questions or clarification, don't hesitate to ask me. Okay, you can ask me through line or you can call me. So for your worksheets, I will send it to you later, and then I will give you 1 day to answer it, and then you will send it back to me. I want you to answer it correctly. Okay, so that's it. Thank you for listening and have a good day, students. Bye.